Well, we want to welcome everybody here. It's the 3rd of July, the day before the 4th of July, and we celebrate our country's independence, its birthday. We especially honor all of those who can't be with us for parades and picnics and ball games and all the other things that we do to celebrate our independence. We do have service members who are deployed far from home in dangerous places, like Iraq, like Afghanistan. About a year ago or so, I was in Afghanistan and Iraq as Commander-in-Chief of our National Guard in Illinois. And last July, I met so many of our service members, active duty, as well as our deployed reserves. And we had 3,200 National Guard members who were deployed to Afghanistan. And they did us proud. Indeed, they're pride of our nation, all those who wear the uniform of our country. And that's why it's so important that we have veterans hospitals and clinics all across Illinois. We have 5 veterans hospitals, I think about 20 clinics. They take good care of those who have borne the battle, and that's our duty. Abraham Lincoln said during the Civil War a long time ago that it's the duty of all of us to take good care of those who have borne the battle, take care of their families. And Lincoln's words were true then, they're true today, they'll be true forever. That's why it's so important in Illinois that we have not only good veterans hospitals and facilities and clinics, but we also use everything we can to put those facilities and clinics in a healthcare network and system that makes sure that we have top-notch, state-of-the-art healthcare for every single one of our veterans. We honor their service. Whatever branch of service they've been in, it's very, very important that we say thank you and express our gratitude as a nation and as a state. And every day there's an opportunity to help our veterans. We want to exercise that opportunity. Especially here as we come into the 4th of July, it is important to honor those who defend our democracy, defend our government of the people. In a few minutes, I'm going to be signing a bill into law, a bill that was sponsored by Senators Munoz and Senator Donnie Trotter. It was supported by Alderman Jim Balzer and many, many more of those who believe in serving and helping our veterans. The staff of Jesse Brown Veterans Hospital helped us become aware of the need for this law. And we're now going to hear from Dr. Chad Kessler, who is Director of the Emergency Department at Jesse Brown VA Medical Center. I want to make sure that Dr. Kessler has a chance to explain why this is an important statute that we're enacting into law today. And we also are going to be hearing from some of our representatives and aldermen as well. So, Doctor, please come forward and give us the background, if you would.
Thank you, Governor. So, welcome. Thank you all for coming out. Like the Governor said, such a wonderful day and a wonderful backdrop for this over the July 4th weekend. And knowing that just a few miles east of us, we have the Giant Turkey Legs and Steve Miller Band playing at the Taste of Chicago. But thank you all for coming out for this and giving me a few minutes to discuss Senate Bill 3637 that we'll be signing later today. This is tremendous. What this is this bill will amend the EMS Act, or the Emergency Medical Services Act, that will improve access for our veterans in the state of Illinois. And it's just really personal to me. This is something that's very important, that we've come a long way. And I'd like to share a little story if I can. About a year ago, a veteran walked out of our clinic right to this stop right here, the bus stop at Damon and Taylor, and he passed out. Another veteran called 911. Chicago Fire Department ambulance came. They took him, took care of him, drove right by our front doors up Damon to another hospital. This upset many people many different ways. The patient was very upset because he couldn't get his care at the Veterans Hospital, where he knows his doctors, where the records were there, his medications were there. Him and his wife and his family were upset because they might have to make extra payments they wouldn't have to otherwise. And it's upset me and many other people working here right at Jesse Brown. Our mission is the greatest mission on earth, to take care of our country's veterans. And when I saw that veteran driving by ambulance right past my front doors, I couldn't help but get caught up a little right here. And I vowed that day that we're not going to let that happen again. And since then, we've had such a tremendous team effort to get this done, starting at the federal level with the VA, with support of my local leadership, and our Veterans Outreach Coordinator, Joe Basil, has been instrumental in this. We got tremendous support from the city, the City of Chicago Fire Department, Alderman Balser's office, and from the state level as well. State Representative McAuliffe and State Senators Munoz and Trotter. And finally, and ultimately, Governor Quinn. So I say thank you at all. This really touches me right here. It's very personal. My father is a veteran, Joe's dad was a veteran, and there are many other veterans standing here today for which we passed this and signed this bill. And I just want to say that I'm honored and proud every day to work for this world-class healthcare organization that cares for those who cared for us. Thank you.
All right, well said. Thank you, Doctor. Thank you for your service. We want to thank Dr. Kessler for his untiring service to our veterans, his medical service. My father served in the United States Navy for 3 years, 1 month, 15 days. He also visited Veterans Hospitals, especially Hines, a little bit to the west of here. And it's very, very important that we honor the work of all of those who are in our veterans hospitals and clinics across Illinois, across our country, across our world. I've been to Longeville Army Medical Center on 6 different occasions, and our doctors, nurses, physical therapists, physician's assistants, chaplains who serve those who are in the veterans hospitals, and medical centers are second to none, and we thank them for their good work. And we also are honoring a veteran today who is a member of our state senate, a fine, strong voice for veterans across Illinois, Senator Tony Munoz, who's sponsor of this bill. Tony, come forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Governor. Good afternoon, everyone. It was my honor to carry this bill in the Senate. I'd like to thank Representative McAuliffe, who sponsored it in the House, who couldn't be here with us today. As Dr. Kessler stated, this will help our veterans tremendously, saving them thousands of dollars, being able to come here to their own hospital. So it was my honor to carry this bill, which was very important for me. We owe a great gratitude to our veterans for what they've done for us over the years, through all the wars, and let us never forget our veterans. We can never do enough for them. Always thank a veteran when you see them. Always remember that we can be there for them in any way that we can, whether it's donating money to the veterans or just going out and saying thank you to them. Again, it's my pleasure to be here with you. I'd like to thank the governor for signing this into law, Alderman Balser, the City of Chicago, Chicago Fire Department. Thank you all for doing a great job, and thank you, Governor, for signing it today.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you for good work. You can't have a better sponsor than Senator Tony Munoz. And another senator who is with us today, he is by far the best rider of a motorcycle in the Illinois General Assembly. As you may know, we have the Patriot Guard in Illinois, motorcycle riders who go to our military funerals and honor those who are giving their last full measure of devotion. We've got a number of other rides to help raise funds for our veterans hospitals and our long-term care facilities as well. This senator is chairman of the Appropriations Committee. He's the one who decides where the money goes, and he always is making sure that our veterans get proper funding. I want him to say just a few words. He's a very important man, a good man, and that's Senator Donnie Trotter. Donnie, come forward. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Governor. You know, as we begin this weekend of celebration, it's important that we really realize what we're celebrating. And we also have to keep in our minds and our hearts those individuals that sacrificed to ensure that we can have not only this weekend to celebrate, but the other 364 days as well. It's important that for those who have been injured in the line of duty, fighting for our freedoms, that we give them the best health delivery service possible in this country. This bill goes a long way to ensure that those health care provisions and the good doctors that serve them are available. They will be paid. It's a cost-saving measure for us, and it's a life-saving measure for many. And I'm just glad to be here today and stand with the governor, these good doctors, and of course my colleague, Senator Tony Munoz.
Well said, Donnie. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I want to thank Donnie personally for all of his good work on the Appropriations Committee. He knows where the money should be invested in Illinois, in decent health care for our veterans. It's very, very important. Someone who needs no introduction when it comes to fighting for veterans. He's a United States Marine, once a Marine, always a Marine. He is the embodiment of the motto of the Marines, Semper Fidelis, Semper Fi for short. That means Semper Fi means never die. It means always faithful. It means everything to our country. The Marines are always there for us, just like Alderman Jim Balzer, he's always there for us. Come on forward, Jim. Here you are, right here. Okay, Jim.
Thank you, Governor. This legislation addresses the reality facing so many veterans today. That veterans are in need of medical treatment and are receiving on a daily basis high-quality medical care at the VA hospital here. Their doctors are here, their medical records are here. A professional staff familiar with their medical records needs are here. The records of their medications are here. Yet, before this bill became law, a veteran in need of an emergency medical transport could not be transported to this facility. The Chicago Fire Department was required by law to transfer him or her to a completely different hospital. The legislation enables the veteran to be transported to a veterans hospital to be treated by medical professionals who are intimately involved in managing his or her care. This is not just good policy for veterans, it is good medical practice. Veterans with specific and unique needs can now be assured that they can receive critical emergency care here at Jesse Brown. And again, I want to thank everyone. And as I said, this is a good, meaningful piece of legislation. Thank you.
Okay. Very good. Thank you, Jim. You always want Jim Balzer on your side, I guarantee you that. I'm now going to sign the bill into law. It really is, I think, a special time right before our country's birthday, Independence Day, the 4th of July. We're celebrating democracy, the government of the people and by the people and for the people. It shall not perish from this earth. That's what Abraham Lincoln said at Gettysburg in 272 words in 1863. Abraham Lincoln from Illinois. We're the land of Lincoln. I know if Abraham Lincoln was here today, he'd be proud of what we're doing. We get going right now. Right here.
Thank you very much.
Okay, here you go.
Alderman?
Okay. Make sure everybody gets a pen. We got plenty of pens.
I'll take
There we go. Yeah. There we go. This is the law of Illinois. We're very proud of everyone who had a role in getting this passed. We're the best of the best. Thank you very much for all of those who practice democracy in the land of Lincoln. It's very important. Thank you.